Hi guys, I'm Yogita Khandelwal and in this lesson we are going to continue with reproduction in organisms. We will deal with vegetative propagation, natural. Follow me on Unacademy for more lessons and here is the link for the same. Vegetative propagation, natural. So vegetative propagation is a type of asexual reproduction. Now what happens? In animals and plants with simple organization or organisms with simpler organization, we use the term asexual unambiguously. But as we move to higher plants like gymnosperms, angiosperms, then when they reproduce asexually, the term vegetative propagation is used over asexual reproduction. Now, here we are dealing with natural, the vegetative propagation that is occurring naturally without human aid. And vegetative propagation, new offsprings or plants are produced without seed or spore formation. Now, vegetative propagules, these are units of vegetative propagation which are capable of giving rise to new individual. So, propagules are capable of giving rise to new individual. Remember, propagules are units of vegetative propagation. Now, there are variety of vegetative propagules. First, we are considering modification of underground stem. Now what happens? Underground stem gets modified into various structures which are capable of giving rise to new individual. So first is rhizome. Example is ginger. Now the underground stem in ginger is modified to produce adventitious buds from their nodes and adventitious stem and root which will give rise to the individual, and it is called as rhizome. Tuber in case of potato, bulb in case of onion, and corm in case of zameen kan. All these are modifications of underground stem that helps in vegetative propagation. Now tuber, bulb and corm, they are also helpful in storage, so that in adverse conditions these can help. Next is root propagation. Now after underground stem there are root which also helps in vegetative propagation. For example, sweet potato, asparagus, tapioca and dahalia. Just remember these examples. These are taken from your NCERT and thus are very important. See, this is rhizome, but here it is of turmeric. We have already dealt with one example, ginger. See, these are nodes. These are nodes. And between these two nodes are internodes. So from these nodes, adventitious roots and shoots arise, which are capable of giving rise to new individual. So this is rhizome. Next we have tuber. This is tuber of potato. Now see, these are eyes of potato. Now you can see the eye-like structure. These are eyes of potato, and from these eyes adventitious eye buds are produced. See, these are adventitious eye buds which are also capable of giving rise to new plant. Next we have bulb. These are bulb. Next, this is corm of zameen kand. So this is corm. This structure is corm. Next we have sweet potato, which is a root propagation. So the root propagates and gives rise to the new plant. Next vegetative propagules, we have leaf propagation. Example is bryophyllum, very very common, and kalanchoe. These remember every example as it is taken from your NCERT and thus it is extremely important. So don't forget the examples of all these vegetative propagules. Now bryophyllum and kalanchoe, they are very common examples. Now in what happens in leaves, this Adventitious buds arise from the margins of leaves, which gives rise to new individual. Next we have small buds in agave near flower, bulbil. Now what happens? Their small buds arise from three regions in plants, which gives rise to new individual. So these small buds in agave near flower, wildam near leaf axil, and oxalis near tuberous roots give rise to new plants. So in agave near flower, wildam near leaf axil, and in oxalis near tuberous roots. Then we have subaerial modifications. Now these subaerial modification is basically the lower shoots, the stem or the branch which is arising near to the ground. That is so when that stem modifies, it leads to subaerial modification. Example: pistia, chrysanthemum, pineapple, Eichhornia. And in Eichhornia, these subaerial modification is known as offset. So remember these vegetative propagules as well as its examples, extremely important. Now see, these are the leaf margins of bryophyllum, and here you can see these are the adventitious roots, buds, and these are adventitious roots. So these are capable of giving rise to new individual. Then this is the plant. Now see, this is leaf axil, and from here the adventitious buds, small buds are arised, which can give rise to new individual. Next we have Eichhornia. Now Eichhornia, it is a very important example, and it is also known as water hyacinth, and it is scourge of water bodies. How it is scourge of water bodies? Because it is an invasive weed. Now this is an exotic species that was brought in India, and it competed with the local species, and it becomes the scourge of water bodies. It is also called as terror of Bengal, because it led to death of fishes in West Bengal. So it is terror of Bengal. It grows in standing water. It is its characteristic. Drains oxygen from water, which leads to death of fishes. That's why it is called a scourge of water bodies. So since it drains oxygen from water, it leads to death of fishes. It was introduced in India. So why was it introduced in India? Because of its beautiful flowers and shape of leaves. It was introduced in India, but it became invasive species. It drained oxygen from water, which leads to death of fishes, thus become scourge of water bodies and terror of Bengal. Now see, these are the beautiful flowers of Eichhornia, and these are the beautiful leaves. Now you can see this is the water hyacinth. It is an aquatic plant, but you cannot see water. It completely has covered the water. Now see, it is an offset as we have studied. So this is the offset. So what happens? This stem, the lower stem grows, and it gives rise to adventitious bud, which modifies into the plant. So that's all for vegetative propagation natural. We will continue how the vegetative propagation is done artificially by our horticulturist and many. So thanks for watching the video.